All right. What's up, everybody? We're live.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another primetime live stream of the Sweat the Bet YouTube channel with the co-hosts, myself, Andrew Kim, aka the Parlay Doc, and Matt Jedi Modi. We are the co-hosts of the Sweat the Bet podcast and run the Sweat the Bet YouTube channel, brought to you by our sponsors, oddsjam.com. So check out OddsJam if you're doing sports betting, guys. I've already said it multiple times, positive EV alerts, arbitrage opportunities, easy line shopping, all that good stuff. If you are sports betting, got to check it out. Thank you to our hardcore core supporters. Hopefully some of you are joining right now. So look, I'm going to preface this by saying that our quote unquote best bets from our podcast didn't do so well, but you know what? To our credit, our primetime live stream bets are we're going at a pretty good clip from Monday night, Thursday night. We hit some pretty decent ones. And last night I did tweet them out. Our Sunday, I didn't get a chance to stream because of travel, but my Sunday night picks on our behalf did pretty damn good. We almost hit like 90 something % of them. So let's keep the primetime betting going. Hopefully we'll buck up and we'll do a little better on our podcast week 4 best bets. But let's get into it. So we got a matchup, and God, I hope it's not one of these 11-10 games. I really hope it's not.
I mean, 2 weeks in a row of primetime Jimmy G, that is scary. That is scary stuff.
It is scary. I'm really hoping that one of my angles is that the Rams are not going to be so great. I mean, analytics are showing they're not great at pass defense, that hopefully this is an opportunity where it won't be 11-10. It's another week of getting more reps with the starters under his belt. Hopefully it's a little bit more entertaining than previous. Hey, Victor, what is up, Victor? Thanks for joining. So let's get to it real quick. So sides, money lines, spreads, totals, anything from the main markets that stand out to you, Matt?
No, I mean, nothing that's like positive EV. For like handicapping, I really, really like this under, but it's been bet down so low. I think it's at like 42.5 right now. Like it opened up at like 47. And then it's been bet all the way down to what it is now. So like if I had to guess, I would probably say like the under 42.5 you can get at BetMGM would be like, it's not an official bet. I didn't officially bet it because it's not plus EV. But for those of you who agree with me and like the under, BetMGM is where to take it. It's just like it's at -110. The true line is at like -108. So it's almost positive EV, but it's not. But just for handicapping purposes, I think this game's going under, which just sucks because it's like another primetime game. I guess last night was, I couldn't watch it, but last night was amazing in terms of scoring, like 41-31. It's incredible.
It was crazy.
But like, I think 3 of the last 4 since that debacle, the under debacle in the Browns, the Steelers game, like where the only went over because the last second touchdown. 3, I think since then every primetime game has gone under except for last night.
That's been the trend, and we appreciate Victor. If you guys don't know Victor, check him out on Twitter. He's very active on TikTok. He does a podcast and a lot of social media stuff for Philly sports. So check out Victor.
I know Victor.
That's the Philly POD. You got Victor. Philly pod. You got to check that out, man. So big shout out to Victor. He's awesome. On social media. I'm in WhatsApp chat group with him. Always a solid guy. So please give him a follow. Check out him. If you are a Philly sports fan, you got to check out Victor's stuff on social media. So
the Philly pod, right?
Philly pod. Yeah, the Philly pod. Exactly.
We got to get Eagles are 4-0. We got to get him.
Let's get Victor as a guest for the next show. Let's do it. I'll reach. Yeah, Victor.
We'll get your schedule. You could be a guest on our next episode. Got to talk about the Birds.
Victor, Matt will tell you. Jedi Modi will tell you. I'm a Chicagoan. I've been huge on Philly from the beginning. I've had faith from the beginning, from preseason, from our preseason shows. I've been high on Philly. So it's not just a fair weather thing. I've been saying it since the offseason. So, all right. Yeah. Anyways, guys. So, yeah, like Matt was saying, if I was smarter and if I saw that under at that 47.5, I probably would have taken it. At this point, I'm not going to touch it.
I agree.
if honestly, if early on if it can trickle down to like under like 41.5, I might take the over, but I'll wait for that live. But yeah, I'm going to stay away from totals at the moment because I missed out, unfortunately. Sides, God, it's funny how people can spin stats and say, Shanahan owns McVay, and then there's other stats saying, well, McVay in the underdog role and Shanahan in the favorite role, and you could basically spin it however you want. So I wouldn't really look too much into the coaching angle.
Yeah, McVay just beat him in the NFC Championship game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I had to lean a team, I'm not even really. I don't know if I'm going to touch a side, but if I had to pick a side, just because I don't want to just waffle, I would probably roll 49ers just because I know what I'm getting on their defensive side. I don't have a ton of faith in Jimmy G at all, and you've heard me dog on him.
Of course not.
It's just the only sure thing in my mind in this game that I'm sure of is that the 49ers defense is the best unit on that field. And as basic as that rationale is, I have not been impressed with the offensive rhythm or the offensive efficiency of the Rams. Mixed bag on defense. And again, I don't have faith in the 49ers offense per se with Jimmy G, but I know that their defense is solid. That's the only thing that screams out as having a clear edge. If I had to pick, I would go 49ers, but I'm staying away. I don't really think I'm going to be betting much on sides and spreads for tonight either. So I'm going to have some props right after this. So
yeah, I agree with you. I got in early. I got the Rams at plus 125, like early
that's
last
good value.
Week. So that is plus EV.
Yes.
But it's not like if you're looking at the spreads or the spread in money line right now, there's no play there. I agree with you. Like, I think if I had to guess, I'd say the market probably is overcorrecting a little bit too much. I mean, the 49ers are favorites, so I guess you can't really say that. But it seems like one of those things where Vegas is goading you to take the Rams because they're favoring the 49ers with how bad Jimmy G was last week.
Yeah.
People are probably looking at this like, why are the 49ers favored? Like, they just lost to the Broncos. Like, they sucked last week. So it's almost like they're tricking you into taking the Rams. So if I had to just cap it, I would agree with you. I'd probably take 49ers money line, but I'm no touching the spread or money line, any of those two.
Okay, so let's dive into props, and I do have a few. So let's start with a popular market. Everyone wants to talk touchdown, so we'll start with that versus ending with it like we usually do. So touchdown wise, the one that stands out to me, I am going to go with Tyler Higbee, anytime touchdown. Right now on FanDuel, it's weird. It shifted, so I don't know. I would check the news guys, make sure I'm not being stupid, but right now on FanDuel, it's plus 380, which it's drifted in the other direction where it was closer to the upper 200s earlier. Like if you look on DraftKings, I think he's at plus 240, plus 260, plus 280. And that's where it was earlier on FanDuel. So unless I'm missing something. So that's all I'm saying is go check and just make sure. I've been at work. So I did try to look at Twitter real quick, but if you see anything that would make it drift in that direction, I'm not sure. So I mean, if there isn't some injury concern, I took it at plus 380. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, you could maybe put that comment.
I looked it up.
Victor has a comment there you want to post that. Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was looking it up on Twitter as you were talking. I didn't see anything about Higbee.
Yeah.
He's at 320 now, so he's been bet down a little bit.
Oh, interesting. I literally bet the 380 like I would say like 5 minutes ago. So that's a lot of movement to drift from. Yeah.
So use check. I got him at plus 1100.
Yeah.
Like an hour ago, and he's already at plus 800.
Yeah. No. He's a pretty active one in the market. I saw his lines just moving up and down as well. So here's my rationale for Higbee, because look, if you actually look and obviously. Look, San Francisco defense DVOA rating right now, they're first place. Pass DVOA, fourth place. And if you even look at positional breakdown of pass defense DVOA, San Francisco is number 2 versus tight end. So you're saying I'm a moron. Yes, maybe I am a moron, but this is my only rationale. And I know last season is a different season versus this season, but last season, if you look, he got 3 touchdowns against the 49ers defensive unit. Okay. And a lot of their defensive core is still there. And I'm assuming the scheme is not going to be radically different, that for whatever reason, he's Stafford's able to find him in the red zone. So maybe not huge production per se yardage wise. So that's why I'm not going to go there. But because of how stout the 49ers defense is, but out of 6 touchdowns by tight ends in the entire season versus the 49ers last season, Higbee had 3 of those 6. One game had 1, one game had 2. So can we find some of that Higbee magic tonight and reproduce last season in what's going to be, I'm assuming everyone's going to focus on Kupp. So maybe there's just some opportunities there in the middle of the field, running a crossing route, whatever. So I am going to roll with Higbee plus 380. It just screams value to me. So that's why I'm going with it.
Yeah, I like it. I had 3 that I liked. 2 of them were mostly dart throws. I already talked about use check at plus 800. The value isn't there like it was before.
Yeah, 1100 is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I probably would sit that out at this point. Allen Robinson, I liked. Like he sucked. He sucked with my week 1. Everyone remembers how bad he was week 1.
Yeah,
he was like he scored in week 2, and then he had a drop touchdown in week 3. So like he's been a better part of the offense, since that like wild week 1 game. So I like him again. Like kind of similar logic to your Allen or to your Higbee is if like people if the 49ers just try and key on Cooper Kupp, maybe that puts some value for other players. And the other one I liked was Kittle.
Okay.
Like he's only at plus 220 on FanDuel. He was at like plus 345.
Okay.
He's at I forget the exact number, but pretty good one. 231. Sorry. 231.
231. Okay.
What I got him at. He like limited playing time last week coming back from a groin injury. Hopefully that he comes back and is healthier 1 week after being able to play without any injuries. And like the 49ers offense just needs a spark. And I can just like between him and Debo, just like trucking people. I can see them trying to get him involved early and often for easy yards, easy scores, hopefully stuff like that. So those are the 3 I took: Kittle, Juice, and then A-Rob. But at this point, I'd probably skip Juice and just take Kittle and A-Rob.
Yeah, and for those who are looking, just to break it down real fast, versus the tight end position, Rams 19th in pass defense DVOA versus that position. So not, from an analytics standpoint, not terrible either. So let's move on. A couple of non-TD props. Here are a couple that I have. All of these are going to be half units. And for me, a half unit's $50. So I'm sprinkling on a few like this. So first one, I'm focusing on a couple of receiving props for the 49ers. And here's my rationale why, guys. Okay. It's LA Rams for their defense statistics. For pass defense DVOA, guys, they are, let me see real quick. They're 11th in total defense rankings, but for the pass defense DVOA, they're 23rd. Okay. And they're not so great against wide receiver 1s, 2s across the board, just wide receivers in general. So I am going to go with Ayuk over 52.5 yards and Jennings over 16.5 yards. Both of those are currently on FanDuel as of just a few minutes ago. So I'm going to sprinkle a half unit on both of those guys. And then the last one I have for player props, because I'm staying away from a lot tonight, is Stafford over 34.5 pass attempts. So pass attempts, because again, I'm slightly leaning 49ers. I think the run game is going to get stuffed quite a bit. So maybe the first few drives won't get a ton, but at some point, if they're playing catch up or frustrated with the run, maybe a lot of short passes or just passes to Cooper Kupp, whoever. So over 34.5 pass attempts by Stafford. That one's a little juiced, minus 121, minus 122, I think it is right now on FanDuel. It's 35.5 on DraftKings. So those are my 3: Stafford pass attempts, Jennings, Ayuk on their FanDuel over receiving yards.
I like it. I actually took that one as well earlier today. I took that on. Did you say PointsBet? I got it on PointsBet at minus 110.
No, that's better odds. It already shifted. Yeah. So PointsBet was where it was better. I missed it. So I took it at FanDuel for where it is.
Okay.
So yeah. So you got it at a better value than me. So
yeah, I like that one. The other 2 player props that I liked: Kupp over 8.5 receptions. Okay. Kind of like similar logic to you. The 49ers have the best run defense in the entire NFL. The Rams have the second best. So I think this is just going to be a passing game. They're going to be tons of passing. Kupp's always been like, Kupp is just, his favorite target is Matt Stafford's favorite target. He hit it in the first 2 weeks. He missed it last week, but that was the gross low scoring game against the Cardinals, where the Cardinals couldn't do anything. So that was also the only game in which Stafford didn't go over his passing prop. So like the 2 are obviously related there. Gotcha. And then the last one, my player prop that I really liked is Henderson under 1.5 receptions.
Okay.
This was a plus EV play. He's had 0 the past 2 weeks, and his playing time has gone down the past 2 weeks as well. If you look at his snaps were like really high in week 1, and it was like really weird because they didn't play what's the other guy, Cam Akers, at all.
Yeah.
In week 1, and then he's like slowly been integrated back into the offense. So as Cam Akers has been playing more, Henderson's been playing less, and he's also never been a pass catching type of running back. So I got him to go under 1.5. I got that at -105 on Betfred, which isn't available at a ton of books, or a ton of states. I mean, that book isn't. So I would check to see where you can get that. But I love it. I mean, like I said, he's had 0 receptions the past 2 games.
Gotcha. All right. So last topic before we try to build a small SGP here. FanDuel boosts, passing or taking boosts, which is always a popular topic. So
I took the Cooper Kupp and Debo one, and I skipped the other one.
Okay.
So if you want to elaborate, but yeah.
Kupp, Debo. So what we have here, we have Kupp 80 receiving yards, Debo Samuel to have 80 rush plus receiving yards. So just to give you, again, you guys have so many tools out there. I'm using Fantasy Labs projection models. I'm giving you the mean, not just one particular person's model, but the average of the models. They like Kupp for around anywhere from 88 to 94, somewhere around there. So high 80s, low 90s. So it looks like their models have them hitting that 80 target. And then Samuel, between their projections of rushing plus receiving, somewhere between 80 and 86. So right around that mark. So it looks like projection models seem to like it. So I'm going to go the full 50 on that one.
I did the same.
Yeah, that's at plus 250. I'm still debating. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm debating on the other one because it requires Stafford 200, Garoppolo 200. I don't know. I mean, I'm saying pass. I like it today, not usually, but today I like Garoppolo. So I guess you're really, in my opinion, you're banking on Kittle TD. That's kind of what you're betting on. So in my head, it's like you're trying to bet Kittle TD plus 500. My suggestion would be this. If you're going to bet Kittle TD by itself, I don't know if you want to double down on this because in my mind, I think you're probably going to get, the 200 passing yards from Stafford and Garoppolo barely. So I guess you can argue if you think and you agree with me, then you're just getting higher boost on Kittle's TD, but nothing's ever a given, guys. Now you got 3 moving parts. Someone gets injured, whatever. So that one I'm not as confident of, but because I didn't bet on Kittle as a solo TD, I'll probably bet a quarter unit on this one because in my opinion, it's a lot riskier. So I'm gonna go $25 on that one. But if you are already on Kittle TD, I don't know if you necessarily want to do that. So Jimmy G, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like you never know. Like the analytics support that he's probably going to do decently on passing today. But you never know. You never know. I mean, it's just that, he may just look incompetent like he did the other week. So, I mean, you never know with Jimmy G.
Classic Jimmy G. Yeah. I like your logic there. If I was in on Kittle touchdown, I'm not doubling down. So I sat that one out.
Yeah.
But I did take the other one for the full 50.
Yeah. So hopefully we get the Kupp and Debo yards. So we got a nice variety of things. So we got some props for receiving. We got passing. We got a boost. So, all right, real quick, because I know you got to go in a little bit, Jedi. So let's build a quick SGP. All right. Do we want to start off with any touchdown scores to add to these legs, or do we want to do non-TD and just focus on other props?
I say we do. Personally, I say we do non-TD because I think we had 5 between the 2 of us, which is hard to. I don't know. Like honestly, I don't know which one of those I like the best because for an SGP, it's less about value, more so about just like let's get one to hit. So unless there's someone that you really like, then I'll ride with you.
We today we have a lot between you and me. We got a handful that we've spread out a lot on TDs. Let's focus on some non-TD stuff. So, all right. So let's roll let's start off with the passers. Do we want to add Stafford? 225. Do you have faith in a 225 or
225 is what I was willing to do because I just don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. McVay's just going to pass it 100 times. That's what I think.
Yeah, so it's going to be tough. The D can shut him down, but volume may get us there. Just volume, sheer volume of passing. So, let's stay away from Jimmy G passing just in case some people are struggling on that. So. Okay. Jeffrey Wilson rushing yards. What do we say about that?
Jeff Wilson. I mean, he's been getting a ton of work, but the Rams have such a good run defense. They have the second best in the NFL, and the Trent Williams injury being out is a lot.
That's true. Trent Williams. Yeah. The Trent Williams factor is actually a huge factor. So how about, let's say,
so if we want to be safe, he's gone. If you look at his rushing yards, like since he's been the starter, he's had 84 and 75.
Okay.
The past 2 games, because since he's been the starter, which was week 2. So we could do like 50 plus. Is that? I think that's probably safe, right?
Let's see.
Or would you rather go even safer at 40 plus?
Let's say 40 for now, and then since I have a Ayuk receiving, let's stay away from Ayuk. What do you think about Kittle receiving? How about Kittle to mix it up a little and spread?
Kittle 40 plus. I like. 40. I think Kittle's gonna have a big game.
Okay, Kittle 40. Okay.
We got one more. Should we do an alt? Like over like
for Cup? Well, we have Cup on the boost, yeah. So
I was thinking the actual total itself.
The total, yeah, sure.
Because like it's so low. If we just did like over 36 and a half.
Yeah, yeah. That screams some value. Let's see here. Yeah, even 36 and a half at minus 260. I like that idea. Okay, so that brings us up to Wilson 40 rushing, Kittle 40 receiving, Stafford 225, over 36 and a half. We're at plus 320. One more, or we?
So I got to add one more. Yeah, get that above plus 400.
Okay, one more. How about you liked Robinson to be more involved?
Yeah, he just burned us last time. It's one of those things where like I just can't think to back him again.
Okay. Let me see here.
But you mean you like Higbee? What do you think about Higbee 40 plus or 25 plus?
Oh, I don't know about 40. That I think 25 gets us to plus 400 to plus 404. I can live with 25 yards.
Okay.
So Higbee 25, Kittle 40, Jeffrey Wilson 40 rushing, Stafford 225 yards, over 36 and a half, plus 404. I'm in. I could do that.
What are you doing? A half unit on this one?
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do that. Half unit. Let's go.
All right.
Okay, so we'll tweet that out in a minute. And let's see here. So we're good. Okay. All right, guys. I know we did it a little early today, so no one can complain this time that we did it last minute like some people have been complaining. But, we got them ahead. You got plenty of time to fade us, do some research, look at some of those DVOA stats that we talked about. But good luck on your bets. Hopefully we keep this flow going. Our primetime live streams have been hitting at a decent clip. So let's hope that tonight's not the night we break that streak. Let's get some of these receiving receptions, a couple of these value long shot TDs, and see what we can come up with at the end of the night, guys. Yeah, let's ride. Okay, and thank you for your support. And for those of you who are checking us out for the first time, go to our YouTube channel, type Sweat the Bet, type YouTube or to OddsJam, and you'll see the Sweat the Bet YouTube channel. Subscribe. Look at our sponsors, oddsjam.com. This is Parlay Doc, Jedi Modi. Follow us on Twitter tonight to complain together, guys. All right, have a good one. Thanks, guys.